stars and luxury, the high life, much history, high fashion and mystery. This is where you wanna be. Come live like this with girls in bliss. Come live like this with girls in bliss.
Yes, we are Girls in Bliss, and we have one of the most blissful women that I know. Welcome back to Girls in Bliss with Daanikasawhniey and
Manasiscott.
And today with the one and only Reshma Bombaywala.
One and only beautiful Reshma Bombaywala. We
thank
adore
you.
you. We adore you.
I think there's three of us on this couch right now.
We love it. We love it. I've known Reshma a little longer than you have, and I know that you've always taken on life with mucho gusto, and that's the most blissful thing about you. That what is it now? You've been a supermodel. You've done a stint in acting as well. Songs
and movies.
Yes. You're a diver, like one of those master diver people. Just went up somewhere near the North Pole to meet Santa Claus as well. The way you travel. What is the most blissful thing in your life right now?
I'm glad you say right now, because I want to say this. I think people go through phases, and what was luxury for me when I was in my 20s is very different for me. My concept or my definition of what what it means to me now that I'm in my 40s, you know. I think travel, making memories, it's the best thing you can do with your time and your money.
There were days when it would be buying lots of big branded bags and shoes and things like that. And
it really was, and I shudder at the thought of like, oh wow.
Yeah,
but that was a phase.
Like that pair of shoes could be a dive trip.
Today,
the equation of that.
But anyway, let's go back to your modeling days first. How did you get into modeling?
During college days, we used to take part in these collegiate fashion shows, and I used to keep getting the best female model prize for it. And I was like, okay, there could be something to it. Approached choreographer Sangeeta Chopra at that time, who was really big. And she took me on, like, without any Miss India platform, without any pageant to have won before that. She perhaps saw some potential at that point, and I did. And then the pageants came, and then, all of that happened. I was lucky, I think.
And you worked with a lot of top designer brands as well. Tell us a few
the
that
muse of a lot of top designer brands. Hemant Trivedi and Reshma Bombaywala, that was the combination. And then, of course, I used to come in and sing songs.
No, I was very lucky to work with some of the biggest names at that time in the industry. Through the years, we stayed in touch. They've turned out to be some of the people who, like Shahab Durazi is Hemant Trivedi, yes. Shahab Durazi, he designed my wedding gown as well. Yeah. There's Arjun Khanna, there's, Raghavendra Rathod, there's Sabyasachi, there's Manish Malhotra, there's, to have worked with all of these amazing designers from our country, it was truly a privilege.
And it's so beautiful that a lot of these designers are going global now.
Yeah.
A lot of them are
about time, no?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Why
about
not?
Time.
Yeah.
So before we finish up with the fashion bit of it, because there's lots we have to talk to her about, tell me your most blissful show.
Working with Hemant was always blissful, because he was someone who came in. So he not only designed the clothes, but he also choreographed. And then he did the sound. He selected the music. He did the choreography. He knew what beat which girl had to walk in on. 10 beats after that, what was to happen. Like the detail, the attention to detail that he put in for the whole thing was truly it was a joy.
And
it
God
was a joy
help
to
a new
work.
model coming in, and I remember Candice walking up to me, what is the third gong of the fifth beat of the sixth show? Like Hemant knew it like that well.
Yeah.
And Reshma, I could just do anything, I know him. So yeah, that's brilliant. After modeling, what did you branch off into? And was that a conscious choice?
It was. Modeling happened as, it just happened. It was not something that I ever chased or went after. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ride till when it was. And then when I realized that my joy for it was waning, and I was always interested in jewelry. So I did a gemology program. I studied jewelry design. I went to London to GIA to do that.
And you started a brand also as well.
I did. I started Ray Designs. It's it's a very, I still do it. I work from home. It's a very bespoke, very sort of word of mouth. I meet with my clients. I try to understand what it is they like, what they want, and then I design the piece, and then I go and outsource the stones for it.
And before jewelry, if I remember correctly, you did clutches as well, right? I remember.
That was part of it. I did
Okay.
clothes for 2-3 seasons, but it was taking my attention away from jewelry, which was, my first
Where your heart was.
was
Yeah.
my passion and sort of that's what I wanted to do. So it was taking away from doing jewelry. So I did that for about 2-3 seasons, and then I stopped it.
So I love the word bespoke. Since you're on a podcast about luxury, what is your idea of luxury? What's your definition of luxury?
One of a kind, I would say. That's what luxury would mean. No, that it is so rare that it's just that one piece.
And what it brings to people, the experience of them shopping it, and what if I buy the same piece as you, maybe it has a different
Meaning for you.
for me than it might be for you. And I think that's what the evolution of fashion and luxury has been as well, that how it makes you feel, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, we have a lot more to talk to her about. So chronologically, I don't remember. So then did the marriage and the babies happen after that, or did the diving start before that?
Well, the
what happened
diving
next?
started back in '98. It was the single most amazing thing I did for myself, at my young self, when I experienced the joy of, getting underwater. And
Where was it? Where was the first?
it was in Lakshadweep. It was the Kadmat Island. It was so beautiful. My gosh, I fell in love.
Yeah.
We actually did
Hook,
an-
line, and sinker.
Yeah,
Yes, that was
we
done.
know that. We know
And
that.
I remember
feeling.
you both did a trip to Lakshadweep.
That was
right?
years
that
later,
was
yes.
great. Yeah, that was a
Yes.
great trip. I think one of our, again, a very luxurious diving trip. I finally got to see sharks, lots of them. Okay,
And I love how our definition of luxury has evolved.
Yeah.
Because for us now, these experiences and adventures are luxury. And so I think we've all come a long way.
Yeah.
And how we define our joys,
That's-
and
I
our
agree.
pleasures.
That's true. And in fact, we did an entire podcast on diving. And I think that feeling of breathing underwater for the first time, coming out. I mean, I can't explain bliss any better than that.
So you said you went to Lakshadweep. Which were the other places you went diving to?
Since then, I've gone to many. I did my CMAS 1-star, and for me, it was never about getting my certifications and moving up in that sort of ladder of getting my PADI 1, 2, 3, 4 rescue. It was not about that. I just really enjoyed diving, and for me to be a part of a crew where we're having fun, we're getting to see different things, making sure I've tried not to repeat my dive sites or my dive destinations because there's so much in the world to see.
Yeah.
So I've tried to do that. I have been to the Andamans twice. I've been to the Maldives 2-3 times. But then also because these are really large regions.
Yeah.
So you can see different parts of that same area.
The most luxurious dive destination, the most blissful.
It has to be Maldives.
Yeah.
But having said that, there are a few more destinations on my bucket list. There's Raja Ampat, there's the Red Sea, there's, the Philippines is just
Cebu.
the best diving in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
So
So
all
we
of those.
tend to, I guess, because we're from warmer climates, it's easier for us to dive here. I couldn't imagine diving in Europe. Like,
Have you done South Africa?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't been to South Africa
Cold
yet.
waters.
But then you dive differently. You wear a dry suit
Yes.
and you wear the caps. It looks horrible. But there
Not
are
luxurious at all.
At all. At
Yeah.
all.
So how many dives so far?
I think over 400.
Oh my
Wow.
God, now that is luxury, all right? Okay, so we've done diving. Now, what's next in the order of things that Reshma has done?
Oh, there's so much. I
Come
want
on,
to
we
learn
want
how
to
to
know
fly.
all about it. Sorry?
I want to learn how to fly.
Oh, you want to
I
learn
want
how
to
to
learn
fly?
how
Yeah.
to shoot. I want to.
So you've done the bungee.
I didn't bother with the bungee. I've done skydiving.
Where was that?
Quite enjoyed it. The first one was obviously in New Zealand. Fell in love with it at that time. Then, we've dived a couple of other destinations. What else have I done? My husband and I, Dimi and I, we're adrenaline junkies. We like the thrill of things. Zip lining.
oh,
So last summer with the kids, in the summer we always go to France because
Yeah.
that's where Dimi is from, and we found this park. For the whole day you could just be there. So it's that's the parkour type where they create these sort of obstacles but up in the trees, and they're all according to the grades or the years. So there'll be a color scheme that you have to follow based on how young you are or how old you are or how advanced your
Experienced you are,
experience
correct,
can be, and then then you get to that tree, and then there's always zip lines to get you from like one place to another.
This I don't know about this.
Tips from Bliss.
I
We're
will
getting this
send
tip
you,
from
yeah.
Bliss.
And then there was the longest one, which actually went from this side of the mountain all the way across,
The
and then
other
you.
side.
And then you get the gorgeous views of Europe and France and wherever you are. This
Yeah.
is something to try.
Absolutely.
Okay,
And we'll
we
give
know.
this to you in our tips
Yeah.
from Bliss.
Yes,
Motherhood.
best thing.
Oh, and two munchkins.
world.
Love them. So I know it's tougher in the early years. Your bliss, motherhood, anything besides the fact everybody says the best thing that happened to me was our children being born. But as time has flown, as your kids are being raised, again,
Oh, we're such narcissists, no? I mean, why do you have kids? You have kids because you have little mini yous running around. You know, you want to allow your legacy to carry forth. Kids are great. You know, I think they teach us so much as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I've learned from my kids.
And I think they're so
Over the
intelligent,
years.
right?
They are.
They're
They're
far more
perceptive, they're
because-
intelligent, they see things, they see everything. And I think this is true, and we know this as well. Like a child does not know how to differentiate between colors or race or people.
Yeah.
You know, so there's,
Children.
for them, people are just people. You know.
that's beautiful.
I do content creation for travel and lifestyle, for dining, for fashion, beauty, makeup, skincare, hair care.
Yeah, and you do follow a lot of the Ayurveda as well. I've seen you prepare oils and
Yes.
give your
Yeah.
recipes. And I think the other thing which I love when I watch your social media channel is you give a lot of hope and
Positivity.
positive
Yeah.
messages to youngsters as well, which is
It comes naturally. It comes from a place where I think, again, social media has been amazing because it's allowed a lot of people the reach, the validation, but also I think to there's so much when you read sometimes and you go, oh wow, that resonates so deeply with exactly what I'm feeling right now, exactly what I'm going through. And then you feel, oh, I'm not the only person that feels and thinks this way. There are so many more
Others,
people,
yeah.
So, and I think everybody wants hope. We all live on that,
Yeah.
don't we?
And that's the perfect social media bliss. Make the world a kinder place as an
I agree.
influencer on social media. We love that. All right, now this is our section which we say sweetly. Say-
tips
Tips
from
from
Bliss.
Tips from Bliss.
All right.
Bliss.
Jungle gym careers, what would be, that's what I would associate you with, trying everything. I wouldn't say kids coming in, but there's so many more opportunities. There are so many more people vying for the same job. For the ones who are just getting out, starting afresh, modeling, photography, whatever, what would be your advice to people choosing a career and starting off?
Wow. I think fundamentally you have to learn to be confident. The way you look, the way you are, you have to know that you're unique because there's only one you, and that's what it is. So
That's
long
it.
as, and these are things perhaps, when I was younger, if somebody had told me as well, things that you want to tell your younger self as well. Don't take yourself too seriously. Bad shit happens to you. Move on from it. Learn from it, move on from it. It's not the end of the world. It's just one chapter. There's a whole book to write and live. I think enjoy every phase. There's this one song. It used to be an article, then it became a graduation speech, and now Baz Luhrmann has bought the copyrights to it.
Sunscreen.
The Sunscreen song. I will urge anybody and everybody to at least listen or read it a few times.
I hear you.
Because there's so many bits from that really long song that will resonate, that will stay with you, that you can learn from, that you can take from, that you can live by.
That's a great tip from Bliss.
And I'm going to throw something at both of you right now. We know Manasi is a great singer, but do you know that Reshma is a star singer as
I'm
well?
not. I'm
Yes,
not.
I've heard you sing at karaoke.
And we've done shows together, and my God, that's
No,
another thing we
she
do.
has been on stage and she has pulled me up on
No,
stage.
but you
and
sing so well.
I'm a bathroom singer.
And there's another career. We used to do the Seagram's tours together. You sing and dance and be Charlie's Angels on stage. We've done that.
So
as
we're
well.
going to do one thing right now.
Oh, no.
I've heard you guys sing 4 non-blondes while we're 3 non-blondes here. We're going to sing...
A few lines.
Yeah, let's do that.
25 years and my life is still trying to get that great big hill of hope. for a destination.
I realized quickly that I knew I should, that the whole world's made up of this brotherhood of man.
Or whatever that means.
And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I
Scream to the top of my lungs, what's going on? Everybody sing. And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? This is what's going on. Thank you so much, Reshma Bombaywala, for
you.
being. And you have a gift for her before she goes.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's her brand. She'll tell you more about it later. And fabulous. They're fabulous products. They work. My entire, chronic sinusitis, thanks to her products, is just
And you're a big fan of Ayurveda.
I am.
Like it is
I
befitting
am.
to give you a gift
Thank you.
hamper. So thank you for coming here.
Thank you for having
It
me.
was
We love you.
delightful.
Love you too.
And
we are girls in bliss.
yes,
Always.
Girls in Bliss.
thank you.